With hundreds of varieties of red wine grapes, there is as much red wine information to learn about as there are red grapes planted in all corners of the globe. With that said, you will likely encounter only a handful of these grapes most often. In this video, we will cover the flavor profiles that some of the great red Super Value has to offer. You can certainly choose to discover more beyond this short list, but for a quick and easy red wine 101, the following will fit the bill. I'm here with Emily, winemaker here at RITA Estates just outside Santiago, Chile, and today we're talking about red wines.
We're going to start with a Pinot Noir. It's a red varietal that is probably the most romanticized varietal we have. Elegant, subtle, fresh fruit, savory, and it makes probably the best wines or the most recognized wines in the world. I wanted to show you a little bit what it looks like, what it tastes like. It's a wine that is light colored, and people tend to think that this fact makes it a lighter wine, but the truth is that the complexity that you find normally in Pinot Noir is fantastic. It can be a dry wine, it could be sweet, but depending on the winemaking style, but normally it's a wine that is dry. It's very fruit driven, but with a lot of spice, complexity, so this is what really makes it so special, because being so austere, but also so expressive. We're going to continue with Merlot. Merlot is like the Chardonnay of the red varieties. Some of the best wines come from Merlot. The structure is a little bit lighter than a Cabernet Sauvignon with which it's compared. The elegance that you can find, also some different characters in the fruit, some spice also. It makes it a very drinkable red varietal. You see it has a deeper color, bright purple.
It's absolutely delicious.
The next wine we have is a Malbec. This one actually, the last two wines we tasted were from Chile. This Malbec comes from Argentina. It's very juicy, fresh, fruit-driven, and here you have like a sweeter palate, fuller. When I say sweet, I don't mean in terms of sugar, but in terms of the mouthfeel. When you taste it, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
And is there some kind of reason why only in the last 10 years Malbec has kind of exploded on the market?
In Mendoza, the conditions are very good for this variety, so it was a perfect match between site, opening it to the market where the consumer understood and felt very attracted to the characteristics of this wine.
And could you give us an example of possibly a meal that would be best paired with this?
So I think a barbecue goes perfectly well with Malbec. Our next wine is a Carignan. Carignan is widely planted around the world. It's a very, very deep colored, savory wine. It's a lot of cranberry, kind of meaty notes, and very fresh in the palate. It's a wine of contrast where it has very ripe aromas, and in the palate it's very fresh and juicy that allows you to drink. It has a lot of drinkability. I like that word a lot for Carignan. It expresses it very, very well. And our last wine, last but not least, is a Cabernet Sauvignon.
This is my favorite.
Yeah, your favorite is Cabernet Sauvignon is the main variety in the classic Bordeaux blends. Definitely the most important variety in the Alto Maipo Valley in Chile. It's a variety that is very picky to the site where it's grown, and it needs certain conditions to become elegant, complex, has a very good tannic structure. In the nose, it's very characteristic, you'll see. You find typical black fruit like cassis, spices like white pepper, some herbal notes which are good to find in Cabernet Sauvignon. The main character of Cabernet Sauvignon is the structure that you find in the palate, the tannin, the length that you can find. So it's a full-bodied red wine that it has a lot of structure to sustain different types of meals.
Thank you for taking us through all these different types of red wines.